I'm from Wisconsin, and I did get in an accident, but I got hit.
We walked away, no injuries, minor fender bender.
When we went there, it was very much a Lord of the Rings versus Harry Potter.
Ladies love him. They swooned last time.
How are the people on Hinge here?
They're nice looking young men.
We're going to Europe. Christmas markets are open. They have trademark alcoholic drinks, so I think the drinking's gonna start early. We're all pretty tall. I'm 6 foot. Katie listed herself as 6 foot. Randy's 5'10". Warren Clayton's 6 foot. Beth is 5'9" or 5'10". And then Marsha, who's 5'5". She's probably gonna feel really short in our group. We got a text from Marsha that was like, "Where are you guys at? Someone just tried to kidnap me."
Put them into the horse walker to give them some movement without a ride on horse.
I want one.
This isn't the first time we've done a trip like this. I suspect when it comes to buying books, it's gonna be hard to beat Randy.
Man, we've been here for a minute.
So we're on day 5, our last morning in Vienna.
What do I think of Vienna? I mean, after the last night, I'm ready to go.
Me too. I almost got trafficked.
In a Christmas market, so
Of all places.
Christmas is ruined. We're all
I
screwed.
mean, I already hate Christmas already, so this just helped me double down on
No,
paying the
actually,
holiday.
really cool. I love it. It's like really pretty here, and I love how everyone dresses. Now we're like dressing in the fashion too, so
Like heck.
that's true. You bought a vest. Are you wearing it,
Yeah, where's your vest?
It's on.
Mister? Yeah, look at that. He's literally wearing his clothes too. We are.
I do have a couple remarks on the Christmas markets. Apparently, it's not normal to Christmas market hop and get glog at every single market and then put your cups onto your purse like a little
Sash.
sash of mugs.
Got a bandolier of
Because
mugs.
yeah, I got 5 mugs, but people were taking pictures of us.
Yeah,
and
we were iconic.
And we got pulled out of the line at one market because they're like, you can't do that with these mugs.
they
They're like,
told
no,
us
we're
no.
keeping them.
People don't really keep the mugs there. They return them for money. We just spent the money and kept the mugs.
Yeah.
And now don't know how to pack them home.
I'm gonna have to get a carry-on for mugs.
But we're not quitting.
It's like $30.
Oh, I'm not gonna quit.
We're not gonna quit.
At this point, I have 5, so I have to keep going out of principle.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop.
Every other market, we're gonna get some more. But we did hit up markets based off of their mugs. I don't even drink, and I drink alcohol just to get these mugs.
I drink alcohol just for the fun of it.
I like alcohol because I'm from Minnesota.
I'm not from Minnesota. Wisconsin.
Beth tried to ask a guy about cheese because she was like, "I'm from the cheese state, and we're cheeseheads. Do you like the Packers?"
He
And
like
said,
a Patriots fan. Like, oh, Tom Brady, in a German accent.
and then she tried to get your mug, and you said,
Yeah.
"Please," and he goes, "Please," like making fun of her accent.
Yeah. Apparently, I was just a big joke at the Christmas market.
Jokes on them though. We got mugs.
Yeah. And they did know we were Americans at one point. They're like, oh, Americans.
And they kept giving us refill tokens, so.
Been watching horse hooves. I sat for almost an hour watching the fiacres, admiring shoeing jobs. Some really good shoeing, and then a couple of them that looked like they were learning.
He's been sending feet pics to his fiance.
Fiance's a farrier.
That's a good follow-up. I really like the library. That was a really good find, and I'm really happy that I confused a bunch of Japanese tourists. The level of confusion just like kept getting worse as I kept explaining my situation of why I was there and why I knew the language. Overheard them saying, "Oh yeah, we need to get a good picture of this," and I was like, "Oh, shashin torimasu ka? Like I could take your picture." They could tell like I wasn't Japanese. Someone asked me, they're like, "Oh, what's your nationality?" I was like, "Oh, I'm Chinese." They're like, you speak with a really strong Yokohama accent. Like, where did you learn to speak Japanese? I'm like, "Oh, my mom, she's from Yokohama." They're like, "Why are you here then?" I was like, "Oh, I'm visiting from America." They're like, "What about your father?" I was like, "Oh yeah, he's American." And you could just see the confusion just get worse and worse and worse.
6 countries to explain that.
You should have just led with, "I'm adopted."
No, I wanted to see the confusion. Later, it probably clicked for them. They were like, "Oh wait."
I'm ready for my close-up. Library so far, loved the library. The opera was unexpected and very fun last night. Hard to beat the hot rods, I gotta admit.
I kind of forgot about this. This is day 1. You wrecked.
I still
you hit
had
a couple
fun.
people.
Bumper cars are my favorite ride at the fair.
I got hit.
That was the one that got affected.
Everywhere we go, I'm the cowboy schwester. I feel like we get away with a lot of not knowing what we're doing because everyone's so excited to see someone in a cowboy hat.
The number of times
you.
he's been called John Dutton, or people have yelled Yellowstone when we're
Billy
walking
the
by.
Kid. That's Billy the
Oh,
Kid.
Wild Bill Hickok,
Wild Bill
I heard that
Hickok.
one, yeah.
A lot of howdies, a lot of thumbs ups.
The howdy in the German accent is my favorite.
Excitement on the face when they say howdy.
He doesn't even need the hat because it's like the mustache. Even on the hot rod tour, when he had the helmet on and we were driving by, this guy on the street starts doing the twirly mustache gesture, pointed and did this as he went by. He was pretty excited.
Everybody's stoked.
Cowboy hat and the
The
mustache.
ball was fun too.
Oh yeah, we're like skipping over the biggest
We've
event.
been here so long that we forgot, and it's
Yeah.
day 5.
Ball was definitely a highlight.
Cinderella fell in love with a cowboy, and I
Oh,
feel
yes.
like there's a romance novel in that, except for we'll rewrite it because obviously the cowboy's engaged and he left her there, shoes and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She like got up like right next to him 3 or 4 different times.
And we all laughed and laughed because she probably thought there was a chance of hope, but
He's taken.
Breaking hearts.
mercy, we got you, girl.
You didn't even like talk to her, did you? You just kind of
Oh,
ignored
you
her.
never talked to her? Wait, she was so close. Ladies love him. Ladies love him. It's fun. You have to take a token cowboy with you when you go to Europe.
Good
I
idea.
cha-cha with 2 Germans.
Yeah.
At one time?
No.
I will say, Duolingo, I'm giving them a shout out. Did you witness? Oh yeah, at the store.
Yes.
We walked into a store. I spent way too much money on an like authentic Austrian dress. But like we walked in, and I think all I said was like, hello or something, you know, but I said it, I guess, convincingly enough that she thought one of us spoke German. Later we were talking about something and she's like, oh, you're from America? She's like, but one of you speaks German. And I was like, a little bit.
No,
Es nicht gut. And then when I ordered my pretzel, I ordered it in German. The gal was so convinced she responded right away in German, and then I buffered.
It was I was like,
Do you want
it
it warm? I'm just saying, the introduction is there, so I'm like, I'm halfway
She's
there.
gotten the accent down enough that a couple people have been convinced that she speaks the language.
I think it's also your blonde hair, blue eyes.
That helps too.
And I'm tall. Everyone here is so tall.
I bet you if Marsha did that, or if I did that,
You
it may
confuse
not.
even more
I
people.
confuse more people, which would be great.
How do you guys feel about the height factor here? Do you just feel like you're at home with the other tall people? This is a
It's
question
awesome.
for both Nicole and Katie.
Yeah. Do you feel at home?
Marsha, do you not feel at home?
No. Everything's out of reach, quite literally.
That's true. The number of times I've seen her on tiptoe. I'm really hoping that I can find some nice trouser pants while I'm here.
I should say find a nice man.
I was waiting for
I was
that.
waiting
nice
for that,
German
too.
man.
I put that on the list too.
They
They're
can fit
on
the pants.
Hinge.
Dress.
Oh yeah. We gotta talk about the Hinge people.
Hinge.
Let me play the recording of this.
Yes.
Everybody else went to the opera. This is what Beth and Katie did after drinking way too much at the Christmas markets. This is Mr. Tycoon.
I was busy on Hinge in my wine state.
Listen to this.
Here's the first one it's about Lord of the Rings.
I love Lord of the Rings.
You have to watch it. It's so good. He describes the scenery or the ideas of the scenery of Lord of the Rings and how he came up with it. It's from the World War I or II.
World War
And,
One.
yeah, they made it so good. And also the movies are awesome. And there's actually a Netflix series or on Amazon Prime.
And Netflix series on Amazon.
Netflix series on Amazon Prime.
I like
So he doesn't know what he's talking about, but he does have a nice accent.
The ball is super special. Like that's just like lifetime memories,
Yes.
and that's about what I expected. I was very excited for the hot rod tour because I just thought that was gonna be such a perfect start to the trip.
Really rude we didn't get bananas or turtle shells.
I did think about. I mean, the littering thing is.
Some of
bad,
us
but-
did not need that.
You were the tortoise shell.
She hit
You were the
lightning
blue
button.
one.
She just hit the lightning thing, and
The lightning bolt.
I was really hoping that would be a huge hit because I feel like it appealed to a lot of people here. Even though we're all horseback riders, I feel like we like the adrenaline rush. And
Could you handle the 14 horsepower?
I was hoping that the fiacre tour would like really
That was my favorite.
deflect. It kind of fell into my trap. Like I think you thought you were going to see lip honors.
We did see the designer.
We did, but it wasn't the first thing. So I was. You're right, but when I say lip honors, I'm talking about the Lipizan stallions from the Spanish riding school. I was really hoping that fiacre tour would kind of just be a little something extra that was unexpected.
Trying to
And
fiac us up.
Please don't Pete.
I will say, I like the carriage ride, But on an agritourism standpoint, it wasn't actually a tour, and they took advantage of us paying for their commute to work.
You know,
you gotta
The
do what you gotta
tour
do.
was at the stable.
and we
Like,
basically got a horse Uber back.
Yeah.
The way that these sisters right here and myself cheered for our driver every time he passed for the next 8 hours in the day. Ali!
Oh, these three went by us because we were in the midst of a breakdown in our carriage, and they're like, "How does it feel to be losers?" Meanwhile,
We don't have brakes, and our
didn't have
driver's a little
brakes.
concerned.
I'm pretty sure at that point, my favorite line was when Marsha, and I have it on video, yelled, "Shake and bake, baby!" as we passed you going 5 miles per hour.
And then, of course, we had our Spanish riding school tour of the stables, which was awesome. Everyone knows these horses.
Did you know all the stallions are named after girls?
Yes.
Theodora.
The hot walker was super legit. I was like, I want that. I always wanted a hot walker with like a little riding area in the middle. I'd settle for a round pen. They had like a whole small summer
Yeah, but trees in
outdoor
it.
arena.
There's trees in it.
And then there's like, it used to be the biggest hot walker in the world. Abu Dhabi dethroned them. It's still pretty big. They can fit how many horses? 15?
1-5.
the one in Abu Dhabi.
Oh.
Holds 50.
Yeah, that's the one that has 5-0.
This one holds 18.
Yeah. Yeah.
They really
Still a
said,
lot.
we take your record and we'll triple it.
I loved the tour guide when she was talking about the Lipizzaner horse breed and like how they had bred them to be Baroque with their beautiful Baroque
Yeah.
bodies because they were so like like the
I've always called them fat, so I was
Yeah,
like, I
they
guess I'll
said
call them
don't-
Baroque.
They said they're not fat.
They're not fat,
Baroque.
they're girthy.
Yeah.
They like their horses like they like their women.
Yeah.
They were the OG rodeo queen question.
One thing that I kind of talked about this after the last trip was we do so much during the trip, you kind of start spacing out on what did I do yesterday. By the time you get home and you kind of decompress a little bit, you're like, oh yeah, and then we did this, and then we did this. And I feel like for almost like 6 months
Yeah.
after we went on the last trip, we would be telling people about the trip, telling them about other things we hadn't told them yet, just
Yeah.
because it's like, oh yeah, we did this too.
Whenever the four of us are like together, something about that trip always comes up.
Well, we did a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, and last night at the market, we were going too fast. They had a Harry Potter booth, and I wanted to go drag you guys to it. But what? We were on a mission.
There
I
is a
did see
Harry
it.
Potter themed cafe.
You
here.
did see it.
In Vienna?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We didn't go.
Can't believe this.
Refund. Hey
Yeah.
Beth, can you do a reenactment of how you drank the rest of your glog last night on the walk back?
I think you should show everyone what I did.
So we're in the cobblestones. She's going along, big old side step. And she looked and she sees that I was watching her and she goes, and she's got 2 mugs hanging on her sash. It was glorious.
You're not allowed to double fist the mug.
The
I wasn't gonna say
Wisconsin in me
anything.
came out at that moment. I would probably do it differently than I did last night. I was deep into the glog
She
at
had
that
several
point.
mugs last night.
Her impersonation last night was glorious.
It was glorious
Maybe
last
she just
night.
No, she was just still walking.
I was like, I feel like I kind of did like a stance. Like it was.
Party
I got it.
Thank you.
Got it.
Party foul.
Coffee down.
How'd you get that on the wall?
I'm not used to
Lingering.
It was awesome.
That was already there.
I think it's beautiful. I just love everywhere you look, there's these beautiful old buildings, and they've got like chain stores in them. And I love how everywhere you go, every corner is like leads you into a new space, and it's really easy to find your way back. Like I have not felt like I got lost at any point.
Oh, look at you.
So we're headed to the Spanish riding school again for a performance of the Lipizzaner Stallions. So I'm pretty excited. I am absolutely gonna bawl like a baby because this is like top 3 on my bucket list. I've been wanting to come here since I was a child.
See, we knew this,
doesn't
and she
feel
tried
real.
to trick us with the fiacres.
Beyond you.
Like I can't believe we came all the way to Vienna.
Yeah.
And
find
Nicole
out.
from out
Yeah.
to see the stallions. I predicted we would see the stallions, but she tricked me.
I'm gonna fangirl so hard. I'm not gonna be okay.
I have a hanky for her.
Oh, good.
To this day, the Spanish riding school is the only program in the world where haute école, classic equestrian skills, are not only preserved but practiced in its original form. Representing the ultimate showcase of haute école, viewers can watch this specialized form of dressage in its purest form at the Spanish riding school.
At
During the iconic Spanish riding school performances, audiences are treated not only to the awe-inspiring stunts of the world-famous Lipizzaner horses as they perform to classical music, but also to the beauty and grandeur that is considered the most beautiful riding hall in the world. Baroque architect Joseph Emanuel Fischer von Erlach outfitted the riding hall between 1729 and 1735, having originally been built to provide aristocratic children the chance to learn how to ride. If I had learned to ride in a facility such as this, well, my brain can't even fathom the way that would have influenced my life.
All right, so we were going through the gift store at the Spanish riding school before the performance. I made it in and out, and I don't think Randy noticed what I bought. First book goes to me. Yes.
And with that, our time in Vienna officially came to a close, so we caught a train about 2.5 hours west to continue our adventure.
Card. Every time I see something I think it's important, I just see a card because I want the card. So
Unfortunately, it's not a card. Milk cows.
That was perfect timing. I was just trying to get a view of these mountains and you're cracking into that thing.
Now you may remember that both Randy and Marcia made out with the first challenge cards by capturing a photo of their friends in the airport on the way to Vienna. Now Randy, she got our second challenge card, which was who could collect the most souvenirs from Vienna that are considered trademark souvenirs. So in case you're keeping count, the score is currently Randy 2 and Marcia 1.